Hello. Tighten this up. Welcome, Sabdrab. First in chat.
Hello.
It's always nice to be first.
That's why people make those posts on everything that say first.
I love being first, and I love being best. Those are the two best things you can be.
Why am I Dutch angled?
Oh, look at you. You're like, who's that guy who loves the Dutch angles?
Kenneth Branagh.
You're like Kenneth Branagh.
Still looking for your damn text. I found it. All I had to do was search.
Alrighty. Let's set this up. I hate when people say dirty 30. It's just not funny.
Nobody said it for me. Thank God.
Thank God. Sabdrab, how's it going? This is falling, this microphone.
How's Coruscant?
Alrighty. Let's get everything we need. Oh, if we go to the multi-chat, it's not showing anything. Great. I was just fucking on here, and it was showing it just fine. Oh, refresh. Let's try that.
I don't see shit.
You'd think it would show all of it. So a second
Are we
ago,
on all of them right now?
Yes, we are live on X, and we are live on YouTube.
Whoa.
And Twitch. So we're streaming on 3 platforms simultaneously. And I went on our YouTube and I sent a comment like at the beginning, and it showed up here on multi-chat. So I'm like, oh, perfect, or multi-stream or whatever it says. Okay. So I was hoping like this would have everything, but it doesn't have like Twitch. So like, how do you see everything at once? Like, do you have to go back and forth? Am I gonna get a notification? Like, I'm not happy about it.
I'm going to see what we look like live on YouTube.
It's the same.
I just want to see how it works.
Alrighty.
Like, I have no notification on YouTube that we're even doing anything right now. And I follow us on YouTube.
I got a Did I get a notification? I think I did.
Maybe I need to mash that bell.
Do you? Yeah. Mash that bell icon.
But also,
yeah, look, I got a YouTube notification that says,
what the fuck?
Look at films from PZ.
I'm subscribed to all notifications.
Did you smash the bell icon?
Yeah, it's smashed.
Physically.
Bullshit.
As in scratch.
See? I'm going to send us a heart. And another heart, another heart, another heart, another heart.
Actually, can you do a comment?
Yeah, I typed test.
Okay. So if you go over to
hey!
There he is. But like, so yeah, I commented and like it's not there anymore though. So like, where does it fucking go? Also,
does it disappear
so
if like
small.
you exit it?
I didn't exit. Oh wait, like this? No, it's not, it shouldn't.
That's weird.
Also, like,
now
can we make it bigger?
X,
I can't
formerly
see
known as
shit.
Twitter.
Oh yeah, do a comment on there. Let's see what that does.
We have 3 likes.
On Twitter?
Yeah.
Okay, can you comment?
Now we have 4 likes. Because I liked it. All right, I'll
comment. Okay.
Yeah. 7 people are watching us on Twitter.
Oh, I got a notification. 7?
Yeah.
Oh, hey, everybody.
It might just be people scrolling. I'm going to type a test chat in there and see.
Let's see. Oh, maybe this does update because now it says 9 viewers.
Interesting. Yeah, sorry guys. We've never messed with this before, so
it's pretty fun though.
We're just kind of experimenting real quick.
Yeah, I'm not getting any chats. Anyway, if anyone wants to send a chat on non-Twitch platforms so we can see what it looks like, that'd be great.
Yeah,
otherwise,
what the hell, Elon?
They're not known for working out the kinks over there
what's
at
it
X.
called? It's not called live. It's called
Spaces?
Spaces?
No, this is Spaces. I think are like group chats though.
Oh, that's something different. Okay.
Yeah, I think you can have like discussions on X.
Interesting.
You know what I mean? And you can like publicize that.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you're watching us on Twitter, yeah, we can't see the comments from that for some reason.
Wait, let me go back. Nope, just your YouTube one. And see, it has a YouTube icon next to it. Yeah. I would like it if this wasn't like 10-point fucking font size though. It's like
right.
I'm like, what? There's
It'd
no
be
way
nice
I'm gonna
if
be able to
there
read
was
that.
like if something like a little notification icon
That
would pop
too,
up there
yeah.
or something. But it's
Streamlabs
whatever.
is working. They're working their kinks too.
I don't know how often people are commenting on live streams on YouTube and Twitch anyway.
You
Or
guys,
Twitter.
if you're on X, you see us on X, or you see us on YouTube, you can just go to Twitch because Twitch is better, and we've got the Twitch chat up all the time.
It just works better.
Yeah, and I like how it's legible. I made it big because we sit far away or whatever. So, oh, actually, I need to get up the news. We're doing a in between news segment.
Oh, but I mean, we have had some news stories come up. So,
Exactly.
yeah.
All right. Okay, you ready?
Yes.
Let's get started. Let's go record.
My hair is long. Holy shit.
Dude, it's long.
You see it every day. You don't notice. You know.
That's true. Welcome to Films No News from the Fandom Zone. You guys, this is where we bring you some of what happened in the last week in the comic book movie world.
In the comic book movie world.
Yeah, correct.
Yes.
So we actually, today is January 11th, as you can see up on the top. We did on Monday. So if you're here, you notice that we're streaming. We did an extra stream this week. So there's new news to talk about, and we're going to get right into it. Are you ready?
Yeah, let's go.
Oh, cool. I can do this. The Mandalorian and Grogu film announced in development.
I like this.
This is great news.
I also heard that it might be a trilogy.
This one?
Yeah.
I mean, that's not what they said, but
I saw that in another news article.
oh. So this is straight from the source. This is straight from
Lucasfilm?
Star Wars, StarWars.com.
Okay.
And so they announced The Mandalorian and Grogu are embarking on a new adventure to movie theaters. It is directed by Jon Favreau, produced by Favreau, Kathleen Kennedy, and Dave Filoni. The Mandalorian and Grogu will go into production in 2024. That's now. That's this year.
Yeah.
So
okay.
what I like about this news is it seems like they've had this in the back pocket for a while, and they just kind of like didn't want to announce it before it was necessary.
And this is not including the Dave Filoni movie
That's the other
supposed
thing,
to be
no.
coming out, right?
Yeah, that's in addition to the Dave Filoni movie.
Okay, so we're just getting an extra movie.
Yeah,
I'm cool with that.
this is great.
Is this gonna replace a season 4?
That's a good question too. Movies usually take a lot longer than TV shows,
Right.
but these TV shows nowadays take just as long as movies.
Yeah.
So it'd be interesting to see if
Well, these TV shows are also basically filmed as long movies
Exactly.
now too. So
it's like Stranger Things is starting to film now in season 5. It takes them like 3 years a season to do that. So it's like that's a movie production.
yeah,
You know what I mean? And it's obviously like a huge production.
and that's just kind of how it is now.
Yeah, they've got huge sets and they go on
Yeah,
location.
it's not like the days of like network television where like you do like a season and a half every year basically.
Yeah, that was like a full-time job.
Yeah, and also
You had to be there like every day.
unless you were on one of those shows that paid a shit ton of money, it was a little hard to do other projects while you were
Right.
committed to a show.
I'm
Like unless you're the cast of fucking Friends.
right.
Like-
We're watching Parks and Rec. We're on a rewatch of Parks and Rec, which is,
Mhm.
in my opinion, one of the best sitcoms ever. And I'm watching the season where Andy, played by Chris Pratt, was written out for like half the season so that he could do Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so he was like gone for a while.
And then he comes back and he's like
And he's
ripped.
And so when the show had only so the show obviously took the off season. In
Yeah.
addition to that, he was filming the movie, so he was gone for a while. But the in the I guess canon of the show, it had only been like a few months, and so there's a funny scene where Ben is like, "So you lost how much weight in 2 months?" And he's like, "Oh yeah, like 80 pounds or whatever."
And he's like, I just stopped drinking beer.
That show's so fucking good. Anyway, back to this. Production 2024. Jon Favreau says, I have loved telling stories set in the rich world that George Lucas created. The prospect of bringing the Mandalorian and his apprentice Grogu to the big screen is extremely exciting.
I think so too.
Yeah.
I think the only issue that might come with the theatrical release of this is, what if you didn't watch the show?
Yep. This is not a 4-quadrant film.
Right.
You know what I mean? In terms of like getting every demographic to see this. This is a subset of Star Wars. Now, hold on, because also Grogu's
very popular.
Internationally popular.
Yes.
And I have a feeling that there are people who know of Grogu, have not seen the show,
'cause it's Baby
and they're
Yoda.
like, Baby Yoda. And they're going to go like, oh, let's go see the Baby Yoda movie. That's probably going to be
And then they're
cute.
going to watch the movie and be like, huh?
Wait, so that's the other thing.
What the fuck is going on?
Will there be like any amount of hand-holding to this, you think?
Right. That's the thing, because if story-wise, I don't want there to be, because that'll make the story flow better, but I also understand that I think there actually needs to be in order to cater to the audiences that are going to this movie.
Yeah, but here's the other thing too, is that sorry, I want to fix you a little bit.
You're good.
The season 3 finale of Mandalorian kind of reset their status quo. Put them in a little house.
That's true.
Out in the middle of outside that town.
Navarro.
Outside Navarro, and they're just gonna like do little fun adventures together. Like they're not in the middle of a story. There wasn't a cliffhanger.
That's true. Like their story kind of came to a close.
Right. So they have a new status quo, and like you could make a movie where they lightly introduce these two characters, and they're like, hey, like he's a bounty hunter, and Grogu goes with him, and that's all you need to know. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they might have the benefit of being able to do that. Then I'm curious what the story will end up being.
Yeah. I saw like a list of like potential like villains and stuff. The most interesting one to me was Luke Skywalker serving as like an antagonist, where maybe
I need to bring Grogu to the academy.
Like just getting in the way, maybe going like, hey, like I know I said it was his choice, but actually he's coming with me. Or we need him, or maybe he tries to convince him some more.
I don't think that's a good idea.
I don't think it's a bad idea. I just don't think that's what they'll do.
I don't think so either. That seems more like a story of like a short book, like a young adult novel.
I mean, it's a movie. It's not that long.
I know, but
compared to like full seasons of Mandalorian.
Yeah, true.
But
Sabdrab is asking, how long do we think the movie will be, and do we think it'll get a sequel?
So I really want to know what their plan is, because
I'm gonna guess like 2 hours.
Yeah, it's just regular movie
standard
length.
movie length. Whether or not it's gonna get a sequel, I don't know, because if this is like part of that storyline that they're putting together right now with like the Mandalorian, Ahsoka,
yeah, it's supposed to culminate in Filoni's movies,
right? Which seems like it's gonna be some sort of like Thrawn based,
which should be a trilogy.
Right.
Like Filoni, he has too many moving parts.
Just take
a trilogy.
The Thrawn trilogy from the EU and bring that into canon. You could do it.
Yeah, so you're referring to like the Heir to the Empire trilogy. A lot of people do want that, and like Filoni has said, you know,
like there's certain aspects that you should leave out, like the Luke Skywalker clone.
Right. But like the legends,
nix that. But
all legends have some truth to them.
Yeah.
You know, and so he might pick and choose, and kind of
like a canon version of that story. I'd be fine with.
Right.
Yeah, and give us Mara Jade.
This went away.
What the hell?
No, we already know Mara Jade doesn't exist.
We don't know that. We know she doesn't marry Luke.
Or she might be dead. I don't know. See, like the thing is,
there's a whole 30 years of content to explore with Luke.
I don't know about Mara Jade. Anyway,
I think I just really want her to be there. She's so cool.
I don't doubt that. It's just it just feels like I go back and forth, because it feels like Luke is trying to do the Jedi way, but also like he rebuked a lot of the Jedi stuff.
Right. So he could totally have had relations with people. Like actual relationships, you know?
Not a makeout sesh with his sister.
It was an accident.
Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni have ushered into Star Wars 2 new beloved characters, and this story is a perfect fit for the big screen, added Kathleen Kennedy, president of Lucasfilm. The Mandalorian and Grogu will lead Lucasfilm's ongoing feature development slate, including films helmed by Shireen Obaid Chinoy, James Mangold, Dave Filoni, and Dave Filoni, who is currently developing Ahsoka season 2.
Yeah, so this was also part of the announcement.
Yeah, it's like a two-parter, so we'll get to that in a second. Sabdab says, if Luke is in the movie, I would really hope to see his Jedi temple.
I really want to as well.
Well, that's the other thing too. Just because he may not be like the antagonist
Doesn't mean he can't be
doesn't
featured.
mean he won't be in it.
Right.
Like,
but are they going to do like weird
he could
deep
have a
fake
cameo.
Luke?
They need to just
They need to cast someone.
Just get Sebastian Stan.
I feel like even Mark
Do it
Hamill's
already.
like fine with that. He's like, yeah, it's fine.
Oh yeah, no, for sure.
Like clearly he can't do it. Like,
Yeah. I mean, well, he did do it. Like
he did it,
and
but
then like AI takes
it was
over.
in a weird
Yeah.
roundabout way that's like
Right.
it just the technology's not there yet, guys. I kind of hope it never gets there,
No, yeah, for sure.
but I know it will.
So yeah, I'm down for a lot more Star Wars content. I feel like this middle era between the original trilogy and the sequels has so much underdeveloped stuff.
Yeah.
And we have felt that way since like 2015 when Force Awakens left us with more questions than answers.
And those questions never got answered.
Well, that too. Story for another day. But it's, like this is the kind of perfect thing to kind of start setting up all that time period in between.
Yeah.
Much like the Clone Wars.
I do think a lot of this is setting up Snoke.
Yeah, no. I mean, like, there's going to be a way to
We've already seen that with the trying to make
Right.
Force-sensitive clones and stuff.
And you've got the Shadow Council, and they're doing some shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, more Star Wars stuff. It's interesting, like we said, how this TV stuff will culminate in movies. I don't know how they're going to treat the budgets accordingly, because these TV-based movies going into the theaters would probably not bring in the same amount of money than the sagas did. Like even the sequels, which are fairly unpopular, brought in a lot of money.
So much
we
money.
all saw them
Right.
multiple times in theaters.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like Happy as a Clam, and then afterwards we're like, well, actually.
I think I saw Last Jedi like 3 times in theaters,
There
and
you go.
I still do think Last Jedi is the best of the sequel
I
trilogy.
at least saw them twice in theaters. Remember you and I saw
Rise of Skywalker?
Yeah.
In 40X at like 1 a.m.
It wasn't that late.
It was late.
Oh, I don't remember that part. I remember like
Because I was like dozing off, and then water starts hitting my face. I'm like, oh.
I just remember how loud like all the fucking pneumatic systems are, and it's like kind of detracts from the movie, really.
The seats are louder than the movie was.
Yeah, we know for sure. It's like the action starts and you hear is pachoom, 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 pachoom. Like, what the fuck?
I feel like seeing like Top Gun or something in those would be fun, but
Maybe, yeah.
maybe even Mission Impossible.
All right, moving on. Ahsoka Season 2 has been confirmed in that one last sentence of that other article.
Yeah, because then right afterwards, I guess Lucasfilm posted like a tweet and an Instagram post with like some concept art.
A day later.
Oh, yeah.
So, like, come on.
And they're like, yeah, Ahsoka Season 2, guys.
They should have just not put that into... Like, it's just a footnote in the
Right.
fucking art. It was,
But in the art, they showed Balin.
I don't think that's Balin.
You don't think that's Balin standing on... It
that's
looked like
a-
Balin standing on the statue of...
Oh, wait, maybe you're right.
Yeah.
I thought that was Ahsoka and someone else.
Well, they're all on the planet, so...
No. So for a second, I thought it was Ahsoka and... fuck, what's his name?
I thought it looked like Balin standing
Ezra.
on the statue
I thought it
of
was
the father.
Ezra, but Ezra's not there. Ezra's back home.
Yeah.
So...
Could be Ahsoka and Balin.
Sabdrop says that Snoke in the Kylo comic has a giant biodome he lives in. That is very interesting.
It's weird.
Yeah, he has to cook still.
Yeah, it's like... Doesn't he have like a beautiful garden and shit too? Like, I feel like I've seen panels from that.
Interesting.
I think the Kylo comic also shows him killing his fellow Jedi.
Oh, does it really?
I think so.
Ooh, dark shit.
Yeah.
So no, this is great. I loved Ahsoka, and I'm very excited for season 2. I'm also excited because, well, here's the thing too. It's like this is still feels like incomplete news because what I really want is an Ahsoka season 2 and a Rebel season 5 in live action, because those characters all split up.
Right.
So it's like and the Rebels characters in Ahsoka were all essentially like cameos and tertiary characters with the exception of like Sabine. Like Sabine was kind of like the only...
Sabine was like the one that like crossed over.
Yeah, she's like a main character in Ahsoka, but it's like they brought back Ezra.
Hera was in it quite a bit, but she had her own story arc going on.
Yeah, but she's only in a few scenes, really.
Yeah.
All said and done, she's in a few scenes. Ezra shows up at the end.
Mm.
You know, and then we know that because we've seen him. What's his name? Big guy. Zeb. We saw him.
He was in Mandalorian season
for a cameo.
3, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he wasn't in this show. So it's like they have all these characters bouncing around in the universe. Like they're going to do something with them. But like I would like to know if there's just going to be more side characters in Ahsoka. If they're going to have like giant subplots or carry the main story of Filoni's main movie. Which might be the case. Or like, are they going to do a separate TV show also that, again, is going to cross paths with Mandalorian, Ahsoka, and then finish into Filoni's film?
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, time will tell, I guess.
Yeah. I just don't want another Ahsoka season and me thinking like, oh, but we got to spend more time with these other characters too, you know? Like, I want them to have their own time to shine.
Yeah, because they're all very well casted too.
Yeah, it seemed like they went through a lot of work to bring these characters back for like short appearances in Ahsoka. It's like they have to have more in mind for them.
Because we even had like Jason actually kind of played a role in this too, a little bit.
Oh yeah, for sure.
He's having his little Force awakening.
They could. Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
They also have to recast the one guy, Balin. Yeah, Balin has to be recast.
I feel like that's gonna be a tough recast though, because
we were in the Discord talking about a few different
yeah
actors that would probably do good.
But it's just
Russell Crowe could do it. They'll never get him though. Actually, he does anything. He was in a Killer Priest movie last year.
I don't know if I want Russell Crowe in it.
He'll do it. He'll do it.
He'll do it, but
will he be good?
Right.
I also saw. What's his name? Leaf Schreiber. He looks the part.
Schreiber? Yeah.
Yeah, he looks the part.
He looks the part. Here's the thing. I like him. I don't think he's that great of an actor.
Oh.
But I do like him though. It's weird.
I'm not like Star With the AI and the deepfakes and stuff. They're very kind of picky about cast.
Mm-hmm.
They don't like breaking the disbelief that like a character is played by two different actors.
Yeah.
They barely liked it because they've gone back and said as much. When it's a giant time jump, like in Solo, where it's like, yeah, we've never seen young Lando, we've never seen young Han.
Young Lando, actually, I think both of those were good. I know a lot of people didn't like what's his name,
Aldrich Einright.
Yeah,
I liked him great.
I thought he was fine.
Great. Yeah,
and I want a Solo sequel still. I still want a Solo sequel.
I think there should be a TV show. Do a Solo 2 as a TV show.
That could be good.
Whatever Darth Maul was up to.
It doesn't even need to be about Solo. It could be about just like the criminal underworld and like
it's a Solo. Oh, you mean like it's set in that time period?
Because that's what I want to see more of that.
They were setting that up, yeah, and that was like, that's.
I want to see more Crimson Dawn stuff. Maybe they have a rivalry with Black Sun. Maybe we could bring in Prince Shizor from Shadows of the Empire.
So there's a solid like 5 years of timeline there between Solo. No, actually, there's more than that. I was gonna say between Solo and the time Darth Maul dies.
We still have.
There's like 8 or 9 years there.
Yeah.
Because he dies only a few years before A New Hope.
Yeah. It's what, like 3 or 4 years?
I think it's closer than that, actually.
Like 2.
I think it's like because
Luke was still like a child.
Season 4 of Rebels takes place like a year before. What's it called?
When Maul dies, Luke is still like a child, though.
We don't see Luke.
Yeah, we do.
No, he's not, because Luke Skywalker is the same age as Ezra.
I thought we see him, and then
no,
Maul says like he's the chosen one, isn't he?
But we don't see him. He refers to who he's protecting. But don't forget, Ezra Bridger, Luke and Leia are the same age.
That's true.
They're only a couple days apart.
Yeah.
So, if Ezra is like 15 or something,
he's still like 2 years off.
No, he's older.
Luke was 17, I believe.
Right.
Yeah.
So it is at most 2 years before. A New Hope.
Because A New Hope is 17 years after Revenge of the Sith.
So in continuity, there's about 8 years between Solo and when Maul dies. So when we last saw, and I mean, obviously, like, yeah. So at Solo, he's still running Crimson Dawn, right? And then he does about 8 years worth of shit or about 7 years worth of shit before he is looking for trying to get the holocron.
Yeah.
Because by the time he's looking for the holocron, that's all he has left is the holocron.
No, that's like end of his life.
Right.
Like,
so he loses. Crimson Dawn is gone by that point.
right.
Why? What
I'm
happened
gonna
during
guess
that
Black
time
Sun
period?
wiped them out.
Do that. Let us see it, you know?
I know. I want to see Prince Shizor.
You know what would make Philly just so rock hard? A fucking Darth Maul show where we see that shit between those two time periods.
Yeah. Yeah. I know there's a comic book series that came out that follows Kira and some of the Crimson Dawn stuff. I don't know how
you think
far that goes though.
Who's the voice actor for Darth Maul? What's his name?
The voice actor, Sam Witwer?
Sam Witwer. Put him in the makeup. Why not?
You can still have Ray Park do this. Ray Park is so old.
No, Ray Park is done.
He's old as hell.
Yeah, he's old.
I think he got canceled.
Almost.
Kind
maybe.
of.
He like
it was weird.
He like posted it like his own
posted
like
a
sex
tape.
Yeah. And then like he took it down, it was like an accident.
And he was like, whoops.
Nah, he's done. Like
he's just old, honestly.
Just put fucking obviously this is gonna have a stunt double, but just fucking put Sam like he didn't really have like and obviously Ray Park didn't do the voice anyway. They dubbed over him.
Well, but Ray Park is like British.
Yeah, and he's like not really. I mean, he acts a little bit, but like he's mostly a stunt guy.
Yeah. He's not a great Toad.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Just do the put him in the makeup, and then because he wasn't like a speaking role until Sam Witwer did it anyway.
Yeah.
So at this point, like Sam Witwer,
he had what 2 lines in Phantom Menace?
Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that the Ray Park look. That's not really Maul. That's not the majority of what we know as the Darth Maul character anymore.
Yeah.
So anyway.
No, yeah. Sam Witwer, I think would. Yeah. I could see it.
Okay, I got
People
one
really
more.
want him to be Star Killer though. I don't want Star Killer in canon.
Star Killer is not going to happen.
No, it wasn't even canon in the old
Yeah, exactly.
Like it was like fan fiction.
It was just so that you could have fun in a video game.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's all it is. Last bit of news. Tom Cruise partners with WB.
Interesting.
This is kind of this is big for WB. They need to make big moves in order to make money.
They need to save themselves.
Yeah. So they have made a deal with Tom Cruise. The ageless action star signed a new deal to develop and produce theatrical films with Warner Brothers Discovery. These movies will be a mix of original productions and franchise fare. Put an asterisk on that. And will star Cruise. The company said in a release touting the deal. As part of what is billed as a new strategic partnership, Cruise and his production company will have offices on the Warner Brothers Discovery lot in Burbank.
Is WB getting Mission Impossible?
No.
Okay.
Paramount owns Mission Impossible.
Okay.
Not Tom Cruise. It's one of those things where it's like they have the copyright at the end of the day.
Right. As much power as Cruise has.
Right. Even though Cruise is like producing.
Right.
Like obviously like
he doesn't own the IP though.
No.
Yeah. Okay.
So, what's interesting is like obviously he's a big movie star, but also he knows how to make good action movies. And when
that's what he's good at.
Yeah, and when you look at like all the behind the scenes stories and stuff, Tom Cruise just doesn't make a bad movie really. Like there's The Mummy, but like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And actually, Sabdrab, he's talking about a picture.
Oh, yeah,
of him.
in that picture he looks.
He's finally looking old, which is the weirdest thing in the world.
Starting to look his age.
Yeah.
Yeah. I also think the long hair is not really doing him favors there, though.
Yeah, he kind of goes back and forth between short and long. But yeah, he finally is looking kind of old. He's in his 60s, so he should look old.
He looks like
Tom
there
Cruise.
though. He looks like 50s. Like he looks aged, but he doesn't look like.
I mean, he's
as old as he actually is.
Yeah, he's just one of those handsome dudes that's always gonna look good. But
yeah.
It's like fucking what's his name, Harrison Ford. Like Harrison Ford will never not be handsome.
Right, and Harrison Ford looks old, but he's still like.
Harrison Ford is in his 80s.
Yeah.
Okay. Like,
yeah.
Harrison Ford is older than
and still doing action scenes.
Harrison Ford. I'm pretty sure is older than Patrick Stewart.
Holy shit!
But Patrick Stewart's always looked old, even when he was young. He was just one of those.
He's always been bald.
Yeah, it's one of those situations. Tom Cruise is 61.
61. See, in that picture, I would think he looked like 52. 52, yeah. So he still looks good for his age, but he is starting to age.
Right. So what WB franchise would you put Tom Cruise in?
Not Scooby-Doo.
Because WB said franchise fair, and it made people go, yeah, but
DC?
which ones? Like, yeah, exactly. Which ones? Are you mean like a DC movie? Do you mean
Harry Potter?
Harry Potter? Like,
oh, that'd be weird.
What is he, like the transfer professor from America? Like,
no, they're going to do a Harry Potter series in America at the American School of Witchcraft and Wizardry, and he's the headmaster.
The headmaster is Tom fucking Cruise. Who would he play in DC? Like, is he Jor-El? Is he
Booster Gold?
Who would he be?
Booster Gold's
At
supposed
60,
to be young, though.
Yeah, he's a teenager. He's supposed to be like a cool hip guy. Would you put him in a? What did I say? I said.
I don't know what role I'd put him in.
I made a lot
though.
of jokes about like
20 years ago, I think Hal Jordan would have been a good fit.
He could still be Hal Jordan. Why not?
You think so?
Yeah, he's just old. He's old Hal Jordan. He did it for a little bit, and now he's passing the mantle to. They do that all the time now, though.
Yeah.
Pass the mantle to Jon Stewart or something.
Yeah.
But
I don't know who I would have.
Animaniacs. Is he just like the foil to like?
He just plays Tom Cruise.
To Wacko, Yakko, and Dot.
Yeah.
No, right? Is he just? Because remember, like they're the WB like kids. So like they live on the lot,
Yeah.
you know, and they're just bothering.
They're the
Tom
Warner
Cruise.
brothers and the Warner sister too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like, is he gonna be in? Put him in a Mission Impossible style movie with Bugs Bunny.
Oh my god.
Just
so like
fucking
Looney
do it.
Tunes back in action.
Yeah, but like good. And Tom Cruise is being serious as fucking cancer, man. Just like Ethan Hunt, but he's screaming at Bugs Bunny. Why not?
I really don't know what WB property he fits in.
Because it was one thing if they would say like it's
what else is WB?
like a new franchise fair, but the way they said it, they said original. Wait,
what else does WB own?
a
I guess
lot.
all of HBO, but
Yeah, it's gonna be in House of the Dragon season 2.
The Last of Us.
It's a coup for Michael DeLuca and Pam Abdi, who took over as co-chairs and CEO of Warner Brothers Motion Pictures in 2022 and have been working to reinvigorate the studio, as well as for David Zaslav.
Fuck
the man who hired them.
Zaslav.
Yeah, fuck that guy. The deal with Cruise, who has projects at rival studios like Universal and Paramount, isn't exclusive, nor is it a traditional first look pact. The actor can make movies at other companies, but the hope is that he will be able to generate the kind of globally appealing blockbusters that could spawn sequels and enhance Warner Brothers' bottom line.
Yes, but what are you going to cast
Yeah,
him
but
in?
what? Exactly. I need specifics. Anyway, like this is just good business savvy. It's a good idea to bring him in,
Yeah.
even if he's just like producing movies and not like starring them. Or he's
Well, yeah, because he definitely knows the business.
or he's executive producing where he goes to a movie and he says, as like a consultant, he's basically like, hey, like this is what works, this is what doesn't.
Or he
do
brings
this,
all that
you know?
Scientologist money to Warner Brothers.
Or hopefully not, but yeah, it's a possibility. So overall, I think it's good news for Warner Brothers. I'm just so interested in what it could possibly.
Yeah,
mean,
because
you know?
like just off the top of my head, I cannot think
Yeah.
of what I would put him in.
Right.
Maybe I'm missing like a really obvious like WB property that I can't think
Yeah.
of right now. But
So and again, it's like he still has work over at Universal and Paramount. Like Mission Impossible is a Paramount movie.
right, and those are also like his movies.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's like obviously he's still gonna do that work, but I think the deal is like, hey, keep him happy, make him want to make movies for Warner Brothers.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so when he's done with those franchises,
Warner Brothers does need it.
he just kind of stays with us.
Maybe he'll be in the Barbie sequel.
Is that Warner Brothers? Oh, it is. Yeah.
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 It was one of their few hits.
Yeah. They're not making a sequel. They want to, but they're not.
I think they will, and
Greta Gerwig doesn't. I'm like almost certain she doesn't want to do that.
they'll probably do it without Greta Gerwig.
Yeah, right.
Tom Cruise will direct the Barbie sequel.
This would be like a Ken action movie.
Actually, I'd probably watch that.
You know what though? That's not a bad idea.
Huh.
Anyway. All right, guys. So that's it for us this week. We'll come back to you next week. Next time we stream, with more news from the Phantom Zone. Thanks for watching us on Patreon or here on Twitch, and we'll see you guys later.
Bye.
That sounded so authentic. Usually it does not. Alrighty.
So now we got, where's Mephisto? Yeah, I don't know why that chat disappears.
I think this button is for this. See? This is a Twitch button. I don't know if this does anything over here.
So what the fuck is that?
Well, no one said anything. So
as far as we know.
As far as we know. Let me. I feel like this camera's blurry.
I feel like my glasses are blurry.
I feel like that light's just too bright. I feel like I'm like a ghost. Pale.
You are a little white.
It's getting dimmer.
Yes. Warmer too.
I don't think it's a feature.
Oh, well.
Oh, yeah, okay. But see, sometimes it's just like this on here, and then I look at like the like finished thing, and it's like, oh, we're like in shadow. Like it's darker than you think. So
I don't think I ever turned on the LEDs behind us.
Oh, you didn't.
Oops. Not that adds that much lighting, but
No, but it's
aesthetic.
It's pretty, yeah, it's aesthetic. Oh fuck, I just turned my camera off. I'm so sorry. Configure video. Dude, that remote sucks.
It's really bad.
It's one of those really cheap LEDs from China. It costs like $10.
Yeah. It's just straight up not turning on. The batteries might be dead.
Are you pointing it at the thing? At the base? What?
Oh.
Why hit the button? I realize there's a button.
Was it like switched off at the base?
I have no idea.
Whatever. It might be easier to just hit that button in the future than try to use the remote.
Probably, actually. Do you need a break?
I don't need one. Do you need one?
Yeah, I'm gonna go to the bathroom real quick.
Okay, we can take a small
2
break.
minutes. We'll be right back. Hold on.
Okay.
All right, we're back. We're just chatting. I just want to be able to like, while we're doing the Avatar episode, I want to be able to be like, hey, like we've got call-ins from our friends and family who love the show, or love this movie, or no, love the show, hate this movie,
Hate the movie, love the show.
Let's hear from
maybe they love the movie.
Yeah, let's hear what one of them has to say. Boom, and we just kind of like cut back to them. I thought it'd
That'd
be
be cool.
interesting. Yeah, but no one wants to fucking do it.
Well, we just have to harass them until they do. It's fine. Like in this friend group, we have to like bully each other into doing stuff.
People should want to do a few things though, you know.
People are busy. I get it, but also this takes like 5 minutes.
Why'd you tag me?
So you can give Blake direction.
We're literally sitting next to each other. Anyway,
Blake said he needs direction. You're the
I
director.
don't know, dude. He's a fucking content creator. You think he'd be able to fucking tell himself what to do for a change? Let's get some silence because I always forget. Cool. Nice.
That wine actually hits pretty hard.
What is it again, technically?
It's honey wine, which I guess is technically mead.
Yeah, but it's not.
But it's not. I don't know. Sable bought
You're
it.
like further away than I am. I'm gonna move these cameras
Whoa.
so we can be about the same size. There's too much of me.
Yeah, I don't know. It's the wine that Sable got me for Christmas.
Yeah, but it's not a wine. What's it called on the bottle?
I don't remember. It was a
Okay.
weird name.
Let's get started.
It tastes great.
Anyone who's here in our various Discord or not Discord streams, so
Stream services.
Twitch, X, and YouTube. Basically, we are doing Where's Mephisto,
Where is he?
which is a page,
That's my bad.
which is a Patreon exclusive. We're just oh, this is way better. I should mark this spot.
With what?
There's tape down here.
Oh. You already have tape down there?
Yeah, I put tape down here forever ago to mark where the cameras go.
Well, clearly that was the wrong spot.
Yeah, I like this spot better. So.
We need to put like an X on the ground so I know where my...
Like a movie studio.
Yup.
All right, Berto, stand on the X. Say your lines. Cool. Now this got this fucking cord here. Anyway, perfect. Let's get going. Welcome to Where's Mephisto? This is your bonus podcast where we watch whatever is currently streaming and ask the burning question on everyone's mind: where is Mephisto? We've been looking for him for forever. Berto, where is he?
Hell, I guess.
Oh, that's a fair answer actually. I know that like I don't know that much about Mephisto actually, but I know in the comics like he's not
He's not Satan because Satan is a character in the comics.
right. He just kind of like looks like Satan.
Right.
He's like a mystical.
He's like
creature.
a devil type creature.
Yeah, so he like passes as a demon or whatever.
Right.
But I'm trying to get this microphone right there.
But he also kind of has like dominion over like hell a little bit at least.
sure, like he has some ability or whatever.
Maybe he has like Satan gave him like
Wait,
his own little section of hell.
He's leaning into it, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like people that like
He also fucks with Ghost Rider a lot.
Right. It's like people like like people that like look like Santa Claus.
Yeah.
They're like they just like lean into the role at some point. It's like that. But where are we looking for Mephisto today, Berto?
What if season 2, episodes 7, 8, 9?
What if you remembered?
6, 7, 8? I can't remember if it was 9 episodes or 8 episodes.
It's 9 episodes. This is the third.
Okay,
group,
so I was right the first time. 7, 8, 9.
7, 8, 9. All right, let's get going, guys. If you're here, you know who we are. You know what we're doing. Where's Mephisto?
What if I remembered?
What if season 2, episode 7? What if Hela found the 10 rings?
This is not a good title either. I
No,
don't think.
all of these titles are bad. That's like my one big complaint about this show. Because I kept on waiting the whole episode for her to acquire the 10 rings.
No, but she found the faction, the 10 rings. So I guess
Correct.
that checks out.
I guess she found people who were in possession of the 10 rings, but she didn't find the 10 rings.
Wouldn't it be what if the 10 rings found Hela?
What if
That's already a better title.
What if Hela found what? I guess I don't know. I don't like this. Is all I'm saying. I like the episode. Let's get into it. MCU prerequisites. So things that you would have had to have seen in order to understand this episode going in. Thor, the first movie.
Yeah.
Thor Ragnarok.
Yep.
And Shang-Chi, The Legend of the Ten Rings.
Yep. You don't have to have seen Thor: The Dark World, I guess.
No, none of that comes up. Like, at all.
No. I don't think the Dark Elves have ever been back in the MCU at all either.
No, they're in this, the not this next episode, the one after that. They're in the finale. You didn't see them?
Oh, but I mean, that's just like
It's a big Easter
like a
egg.
hodgepodge
Yeah.
of like, yeah. That's like a cabin in the woods scenario,
Yeah.
but
Wasn't there one on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. or something?
not a dark elf, but there was a crossover episode with Thor: The Dark World
Okay, gotcha, yeah.
with like an Asgardian staff or something that was
Oh,
like that.
yeah. I
It's-
remember him.
It's actually it's a pretty good episode too.
Yeah, it's
Fuck, I
back.
miss Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Can we talk about it?
No.
And where's Mephisto? Because what if he's there?
Do you want me to watch all of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. for Where's Mephisto? Are you out of your mind?
I think we should do an Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. rewatch.
Jesus Christ. Anyway, there's no time. Barely watch Echo. Like, I have one episode left.
Echo is a total of 3.5 hours.
I know, but there's so many other things I want to be watching.
True.
Which,
by the way, Echo is just one long movie.
I'm yeah, sure, but I've been watching Avatar: The Last Airbender because we're gonna talk about it and watch the movie soon. And it's like,
Oh, you mean you haven't seen it 20 times like I have?
no, I've seen it maybe 3 times, which is a lot. Okay, that's a lot to watch any one show. But anyway,
That's true. That's true.
yeah, this is easily like my 4th watch. But it's just like anytime I'm supposed to be doing something else, I'm like, yeah, but what if I just watch another Avatar
What if Arnaldo watched Avatar?
instead of anything else? That's what I'm fighting
Well, here's
with
the
right
thing.
now.
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is the biggest what if ever. What if
Because it's not canon.
Agent Coulson was brought back?
Because it's not canon? Is that what you mean? You said it.
It's questionable.
You walked right into that.
I know.
You
Damn
dumb
it.
bitch. Let's get going.
But you could look at it as a what if. But
You
I
could,
look at it
yeah.
as canon.
Okay, well.
Mm.
Backpedaling there.
I'm just waiting for them to put it on the official timeline because that's the only thing that matters.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, by the way, it should have been in our news. All of the Netflix shows,
That's true. I figured we mentioned it. Anyway, I continue.
all of the Netflix Marvel shows are now officially canon,
That's
and they have
right,
been
yeah.
added to the timeline order of the MCU on Disney Plus,
Which, to some people...
including Iron Fist. You haters,
Yeah, which to some people, that's all that matters. Is
right?
the
So I'm just waiting for them to put Agents
Oh,
of
yeah.
Shield on there, just right
Okay,
after
cool.
right after Iron Man 3, actually.
other notable exceptions were Agent Peggy, Agent Carter.
Agent Carter,
Yeah.
but the one shot is on the timeline, but not
Well,
her show.
Well, that's the thing. The one shot and the show contradict each other.
They do.
So they're essentially a remake.
But Jarvis from the show was brought
in-
into Endgame.
Yeah. Again,
And
I don't-
season 7 of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. also works as a finale to the Agent Carter show.
I don't believe everything is canon. Like, I don't believe post-credit scenes are canon necessarily. Some of them have been reworked or whatever, or retconned.
They've been retconned through one-shots.
Also, one-shots I don't necessarily believe are canon all the time because the Peggy Carter one, the Captain Carter, no.
I think that's the only one that
Agent
I'm like,
Carter.
the canon on that one's questionable.
Because
all the other ones fit
there's-
fine.
There's like 2 episodes of Agent Carter that like completely retcon that one shot. The one shot's like a
It's like it's almost like a
proof of
pilot.
concept, yeah.
It's like a pilot
Yeah.
for Agent Carter, and that's what inspired them to make the show.
right.
And the one shot, Item 47, is actually what inspired Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. to get created.
That is true. Anyway, look, just don't think about it too hard. Let's move on. This episode, we're talking about Hela.
We're talking about what if. Yeah, that's right.
Let's get going. After finishing their conquest, Odin grows weary of Hela's bloodlust. Instead of imprisoning her, Odin banishes her to Earth and strips her powers by destroying Mjolnir and placing an enchantment on her crown until she may learn mercy.
What if Hela did the Thor movie,
Yeah, exactly.
but hundreds of years earlier?
Right. So it's I feel like we've done a couple of these where it's like, what if
What if Odin continued being a terrible father?
that's true, but like, what if I wish we had a what if counter. I would have just be like, I'd just be hitting it and it would just be on the screen.
I want to see a what if Odin was actually a
Dude,
good
right there.
father.
And he just has like one big happy family with like all three of them, and they're just like we're like the two boys and Hela.
Yeah. Like he still adopts Loki, but like he doesn't like. Basically, he didn't treat Loki like shit, but like he kind of did.
He treated all of them kind of like shit.
He pitted him against Thor. He's like, oh yeah, you're both great kids, but only one of you is destined to be king. I wonder if it's going to be the ice giant or my son.
Yeah. I wonder if it's going to be my biological child or this kid I picked up because I felt pity.
It's like, fuck you, Odin.
Anyway, yeah, I feel like some of these episodes are just like, hey, what if one character does another character's movie? You know, there was like, what if
There's been a few of those.
Yeah, what if Tony Stark did Thor Ragnarok? What if Peggy did Captain America First Avenger, Avengers, Captain America Winter Soldier? Like,
yeah, and some of the complaints I've been hearing from people about, particularly this season, is that it never really went like super wild with like the what if concept. It was just like what if this exact movie happened but with different characters. Okay. And I kind of see that because that does happen quite a few times in this season.
Yeah, it does happen a few times. Like we're saying, like right now.
But then we also have stuff like the Kahori one.
Right. No, there's the Corey one. There's the next episode, 1602.
1602.
There's
or 1702, whatever the fuck it was.
What's her face? And she's Blade Runner.
The Nebula one was good.
Yeah, there's a lot of original stuff here too. Christmas, Die Hard. Come on.
What if the MCU did Die Hard?
Yeah. Anyway, I like this idea of going to this time period. I like that maybe he was on the verge of doing the lesson that he does to Thor, hundreds of years from now, to Hela. Yeah, there's a lot here. I like this concept. I always thought it was weird in that first Thor movie where he has the power to make them human. That's weird.
That's weird because the power is in Thor, not in the hammer. But the hammer's been enchanted by Odin to give the power of Thor to
someone else.
Right.
Yeah.
So that could have gone horribly wrong, by the way.
Well, it did because it gave what's-her-face cancer.
Like a decade later, but yeah.
Did it or did it not? I think he didn't think those things through. He's like, hey, like, I can enchant the hammer to take your power away and give it to somebody else. And I can also, even though you are by blood an Asgardian, I can turn you into a human.
Thor accidentally enchanted the hammer.
A little bit of both, I think.
Because remember, he was like, come on, buddy, protect Jane.
Yeah, that's right.
Because I would assume when Odin dies, his enchantment on the hammer's gone.
Well, yeah.
And the only reason why it worked for Captain America is because that was the Mjolnir from the past. That was still under Odin's enchantment.
Oh, yeah. Oh, maybe.
That makes sense, right?
If he be worthy or whatever.
Yeah.
Can you turn Alexa off?
Stupid Alexa.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah. All possibilities, I think.
Or maybe I'm just thinking too much.
Yeah, I think we might be thinking too much about it. I just think, he has magical abilities.
Yes.
He can do these kinds of enchantments. But yeah, once he dies, they all get lifted because that's how Hela comes back into the...
That's right, because she wasn't sealed away in the first place.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hela lands in medieval China and is confronted by the armies of Zhu Wenwu. She attempts to retrieve her crown, but fails in her mortal human state. Wenwu keeps Hela alive and tries to recruit her to his army, but she escapes after failing to steal his 10 rings. So, like, I kind of don't remember this. How old is Wenwu? Like, very old.
He's like thousands of years old, right?
Okay, I don't remember.
I think it's like thousands of years. Like since like ancient times.
Right.
Yeah.
Like feudal China or whatever. Yeah. Okay. I gotta rewatch that one. I haven't seen it since it came out.
You gotta make Sable watch it. She hasn't
seen it. Yeah. So she came out because she didn't watch What If, but she came out during like a scene of this. She's like, "What's going on here?" And I'm like, "It's like from Shang-Chi." And I'm like, "Oh yeah, you fell asleep during that whole movie."
She said she saw the bus and then she fell asleep and she woke up and there were dragons.
Yeah.
And then she was like, I don't even know what's going on.
I remember I looked over, I was like, there's no way I can explain this to you. You've missed the entire movie and they went from like doing martial arts on the street to like dragons and like flying lions and shit. Like
so much happened.
Like this is a lost cause, babe.
She doesn't need to see it though. It's genuinely a good movie.
Yeah. Although, and I like Wenwu is, I feel like at heart he wants to be a husband and father, as we saw in the movie.
Yeah, it was when he lost his wife that he kind of like slipped back into
Being bad, yeah.
yeah.
So it's like, I feel like he's just, because he's essentially immortal and he's been around for 1,000 years or whatever, like he does feel lonely and he wants a partner. And here comes this very powerful, very charming, evil lady. And he's like, you are perfect.
Exactly my type.
You are literally meant for me. you have fallen from the heavens for me.
Literally.
Yeah. And I like that he tries to court her for a little bit.
Yeah. And then she like just punches him out.
Yeah. She would though, wouldn't she?
Yeah, I guess she would.
She finds a Hundun. Did you know that's what they're called?
I did not notice what they were called.
It's a little blob, the winged blob little creature that help.
I was like, that's Morris.
Morris, yeah. But it's a different. Again,
I'm assuming it's not the same
probably
one.
not the same one.
Yeah.
I don't know how old they go, but she finds a Hundun who leads her to the realm of Talo, where she convinces their leader, Jai. How would you say that?
I don't know.
Did they say it in the episode? I don't remember.
They do.
I gotta start
That's
writing
not
this shit down.
Shang-Chi's aunt, is it?
Well, I see.
Or is that his mom?
I meant to ask this because
She
are those people immortal from Talo?
I don't know if that's ever actually answered.
Okay, there's
no, because his mom lived a very long time too.
there's one way to figure this out.
Yeah, just look it up.
Shang-Chi.
Also, what's a better realm, Talo or Kunlun? You think?
Well, it should have just been the same one. I don't know why they made two of them. This should have just been Kunlun.
Well, because at the time, Iron Fist probably wasn't.
I guess. So they were probably afraid to like make it game, but still they could. I mean, they could have retconned and be like, "This
right." Because I remember
this is the real Kunlun."
For Shang-Chi, they were trying to get Jessica Henwick in the movie, and she declined because she's like, "No, I want to hold out and see if I can play Colleen Wing again."
Oh, they were gonna cast her for a different character.
Yeah,
not Colleen Wing. They should bring her back. Colleen Wing was a standout.
You know, at the end of season 2 of Iron Fist, she becomes the Iron Fist, right?
No.
Oh, well, you should watch season 2.
Spoilers.
You were never gonna fucking watch it.
I mean, I would.
It's been years. It was
Maybe
what, 2017?
Shut up. I'll get to it when I get to it.
Season 2 might have been in 2018, but still.
Okay.
That was last decade, Arnold. Last decade.
Wenwu's wife's name is Ying Li.
Oh, okay, so that's
his. Well, that's his wife. What about the aunt, the one played by Michelle Yeoh? That's Ying Nan. So no, this is not. This is not Michelle Yeoh's character.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
When I saw this episode, I thought that's who it was supposed to be.
Oh, and Ben Kingsley plays Trevor Slattery. In case you were curious.
Oh, I know Trevor. Me and Trev go way back.
I was just kidding. Anyway, so her name is Jiaji. Let's just call her Jiaji. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it.
Jiaji.
All right, who leads her to the realm of Talo, where she convinces their leader Jiaji to let her join their cause. Jiaji teaches Hela martial arts after she recognizes her true desire for freedom from her father's control. That was a really good scene.
Yeah.
And it's like, I love this where it's not, Hela isn't innately evil just the same way as
Odin
Loki
turned her into
isn't
that.
evil. Like there's circumstances.
It's bad parenting.
It's Odin. It's all Odin.
Odin sucks. Like I get
maybe
he had good intentions at one point, but like he was not parent of the year, I'll tell you that.
Right. She just angrily took after him, did his bidding, but really what fueled her fire was her hatred of her dad.
Yeah. I think that's actually touched upon in Ragnarok a little bit too.
Is it?
In like a couple of lines, but
she doesn't seem too forgiving in Ragnarok though.
No, she kind of embraces the hate.
Yeah.
Well, she was pissed off that she was in prison for so long.
Right. After Heimdall reports his failure to locate Hela, Odin visits Earth to battle Wenwu in retaliation. Hela joins Wenwu in fighting against Odin. Though still mortal, they ultimately win, and she regains her worthiness to wield her crown. Odin recognizes Hela's growth and submits Asgard's throne to her. Hela unites the armies of Asgard and Wenwu's Ten Rings organization and embarks on a journey to ensure freedom across the 9 realms and beyond, coming to the rescue of Gamora's people as Thanos attacks them.
So I guess Thanos died again.
Thanos be dying a lot, though.
Well, in season 1, it was Tony Stark dying all the time.
That's true. And again, like, I have no problem with seeing Thanos die a million times because these are all what-if scenarios.
These are scenarios where he did not win.
Exactly.
Like
we saw him kick ass. The whole point is, what if he didn't kick ass?
Right.
You know?
What if Ultron was better than him?
Yeah.
Actually, I really like.
Or
dig
in
those
this case, what if
Ultron
Hela
episodes.
were better? Like,
Yeah.
I mean, like, Hela's very strong. Like, I mean, obviously,
Well,
Thanos
Hela's the goddess of death.
yeah, like if Hela
Thanos should be in love with her.
that's true actually, and I don't know if we talked about this, but like back then, we weren't doing the podcast, but like back then, I thought that's what they were gonna do.
They were gonna bring. You thought Hela was gonna be
Well,
like the personification
yeah.
of death that Thanos.
Well,
is.
she was gonna take that role. You know?
Yeah.
But he had the whole
Because in the comics, like
thing.
he's in love with like literally death.
The literal
Like
death.
he's doing stuff to impress death.
Right.
It's really fucked up. It's like a fucked up abusive relationship.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, back in Infinity War days, I thought that was the direction they were going to go.
well, even in the post credits for the first Avengers, they have like that line. It's like
court death.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then he just smiles.
Well, I mean, like, to court death doesn't literally mean to, like,
I know, but you know
go on dates with death.
You know that was put in there to be like,
yeah, no,
hey,
because it goes both ways. It's
Yeah,
like
it's double meaning.
Yeah, exactly. And that was very clever.
It was actually.
I love this fight because this is Odin. He's supposed to be like one of the strongest people ever.
Yeah.
You know, but like she knows him, she knows his weaknesses, and she can beat him even though she's not powerful at all. Obviously, the 10 rings are helping, but
Well, yeah, because the 10 rings,
Yeah.
we still don't know where the fuck those come from. That's still an unanswered thing.
yeah, and it was almost answered here for a second because like Odin's like, oh, those don't belong here. Let me go get them. Put them in my treasure room.
Odin seemed to know what they were.
He either knew what they were or he can recognize that like
That's not from Midgard.
it's yeah, and you guys shouldn't have it. Give it to me. I'll put it with the Tesseract and all these other cool things in my treasure room.
I'll keep all of these
Yeah.
dangerous items in one room, so if anybody breaks in, they have access to all of it.
Yeah, which had happened.
Yeah.
So yeah, I thought it was a really good fight. I like that she ends up showing him mercy, and so which makes him kind of turn the other cheek and be like, "Hey, actually, you're good. And
Yeah.
I like you, and you did a good job." And
It's like, all right, I'm going home now.
yeah. But I kept on waiting for her to get the 10 rings.
Never happened.
Never happens. Wenwu keeps them, and then they go on a whole adventure together to fucking kill people. And
I'm assuming they got married, too.
oh, was that maybe? Yeah.
I don't know. That's just an assumption I made. They didn't
Okay.
show anything, but
No, they're just kind of like next to each other. But
yeah.
cast of this is Kate Blanchett comes back as Hela.
That's surprising.
I was so surprised.
She's expensive.
She's a big deal, yeah. Because like some of the other like really big names are the ones that aren't in this, like your RDJs.
Right.
Again, Anthony Hopkins.
They didn't get Wenwu back. I forgot the actor's name.
Oh, they didn't.
No.
Oh yeah, this is not him.
That's a different guy. I know that's not his name, but
Yeah.
I don't remember what his name was.
Okay, so original characters here, or not original. It's weird to say it. I guess replacement voice actors are Jeff Bergman as Odin, Feodor Chin as Zhu Wenwu, Lauren Tom as Jiaji. Well, I guess that's an original character
Yeah.
anyway.
But we have Idris Elba as
Idris
Heimdall,
Elba does come back as Heimdall.
which is surprising because apparently he hated playing Heimdall.
Does he?
Yeah.
Huh.
I think he didn't like it in like Dark World specifically though. He was like in some interviews like just talking about how just it wasn't a fun time for him.
I mean,
He
surely
also-
it takes him like.
He also didn't have that much to do in the movie though, so maybe that's
well,
why.
Maybe that's it because surely it takes him a week to film those movies. He's in one room for like most of the movie.
Ragnarok
No,
is the
in
most that he does anything.
Yeah, in Ragnarok he fucking moves around and does other shit. But like for the first two movies, he literally stands on the one set and says some lines.
Like this.
Yeah, they probably can knock it out in a few days.
He was probably disappointed.
Maybe, yeah.
He probably wanted to do more.
If he had been a bigger actor, like if he didn't sign Thor, because Thor was super early, it's 2011 or something, or 2010.
I don't even think he had done his cameo in The Office yet.
Right. So like had he
might have.
had he like held out and like waited later for Marvel, he would have had like a top billed role. He would have his own movie.
He would have been Blade already.
So, yeah, something like that, exactly. But like, yeah, he had this like minor role in a movie that was all like new people.
Yeah. Yeah, because the only big star in Thor was Anthony Hopkins, right?
He got a good role in yeah. He got a good Natalie Portman. Natalie Portman, yeah.
I forgot about her.
He got a big role in DC though for the Suicide Squad.
That was like way later.
No, I'm just saying, like he got a franchise role, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, it's only for one movie, but still.
Maybe he was good in it.
He probably thought he was going to be in more than one, but.
Well, I'm sure that was the plan.
He survived, right?
Yeah.
Throw him in Peacemaker season 2. Why not?
You're already breaking canon with it, as far as I know.
Yeah.
So
So
why
whatever.
not?
So anyway, thoughts on this episode? I liked it a lot. I thought it was really good.
I thought it was a good one. It was the premise isn't super original, but the story ended up being pretty original.
Yeah, but it is one character does another character's movie. However,
the way it was done was something a little like it was different.
Because she's really doing two other characters' movies, isn't she?
I guess she's
also doing Shang-Chi.
She's Shang-Chi and Thor.
Yeah, because she comes back with like the Shang-Chi like outfit.
She had a whole like training montage in Talo. Yeah.
So she is doing two other, but it's a bit of a mashup.
Yeah.
You know, but I think my takeaway from this episode, the thing I liked about it the most, is that we explore what her character would be if she was nurtured in a better environment.
Yeah.
You know, if she goes to the very tranquil place, peaceful Talo, you know, then she becomes good because they were able to unlock that in her, and she's not, because she's one of the most evil characters we've seen in Marvel.
Yeah, she killed off all my favorite Thor characters.
Yeah. Quickly.
I liked the Warriors 3. They did nothing in Ragnarok. I was so fucking pissed off.
Well, they actually died in Ragnarok pretty easily, so they did do one thing. Actually, what's his face? He puts up a fight. He was good.
Oh,
what's his fucking name?
I can't remember his name.
See, you don't even fucking remember the names.
It's
Also, what's her face survived too?
Sif wasn't even in the movie.
Yeah, she survived.
Yeah, because she wasn't in the movie.
Yeah, she was in the next movie.
And she got her arm lopped off. I'm just saying, they do a lot of the Thor side characters dirty.
Well, I mean, they can bring Sif back. Hogan. His name is Hogan.
Hogan, yep.
Yeah,
He's the one that put up the fight.
He put up a fight.
Falstad was the funny one, though.
Huh.
And then, is it Fandral?
Fandral. Yeah, he's the one
by
that got
Zach
recast.
Levi.
Yeah.
He was originally supposed to be Zach Levi, but he was busy doing something else.
Oh, so then they got the other guy?
And then they got the other guy,
And
but
then
he came back to play him in Dark World, and I guess to get stabbed in Ragnarok. That's all he did was get stabbed.
He has like one line and then like mid-stab.
It's so disappointing.
Anyway. Episode 8. What if the Avengers assembled in 1602?
Now this is a what if.
Oh yeah, no. This is ridiculous.
This title's better, but it's still not accurate.
Agreed. They're not really Avengers, are they? They're just
they're just
they all just exist here.
Yep.
Are they avenging? Like, are they doing anything?
They're not avenging anything.
They're just existing. They just live in the same town.
Yeah, so it's like, I guess also not a good title. Huh.
Yeah, not about it. This one's, I didn't say, the last one was directed by Brian Andrews, written by Matthew Chauncey. This one's directed by Brian Andrews and written by A.C. Bradley and Ryan Little.
A.C. Bradley, I've seen that name multiple times.
A.C. Bradley is like the showrunner for What If.
Okay.
For last season and this season, he's written most of them.
I'm like, I see his name a lot.
Yeah. Prerequisites for this is probably everything.
Yeah.
Because it has the most characters, doesn't it? It's got like almost all the Avengers in it.
Yeah.
And as a bonus, I would say the Man in the Iron Mask. Just for that one scene.
And the Die Hard episode of What If.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah.
There's a little throwback there.
A little bit, for sure. After arriving in a Renaissance-themed universe, Captain... That's a weird way to word it. It's 1602 in like,
Renaissance-themed.
Yeah. It's not a theme. It's the Renaissance.
It's just the time period.
Yeah. After arriving in the Renaissance, Captain Carter agrees to help Wanda Merlin and Sir Nicholas Fury stop an impending incursion.
I don't know about Wanda Merlin being just call her the Scarlet Witch.
No, Wanda Merlin's a great name.
It's so weird.
That might be my favorite. One of my favorite details.
I'm Wanda Merlin.
So, okay, I didn't know she was Wanda Merlin until I saw it in here on Wikipedia. Did they call her that?
I don't think so.
They call her. I heard Wanda, but I don't know if they said Wanda Merlin because I fucking love Wanda Merlin.
It's so weird.
I also love Sir Nicholas Fury. That's fantastic.
like Sir Nicholas Fury
because that fits. Like his name just fits a time
I like
period.
his little twirly mustache.
Oh, the twirly mustache was fantastic. During a Shakespeare performance by Prince Loki.
Oh, this was great.
That was pretty good. A tear forms in the air and sucks in Queen Hela. The newly crowned King Thor orders Sir Harold the Happy Hogan to hunt down Captain Carter.
The Happy, and he's just always pissed off.
I think that's why they call him that. It's a great nickname, actually.
He always seems like he's about to have an aneurysm.
Yeah. It was like this scene that made me go what happened here? What made it so that
how are these people all here?
Right, because this isn't like a what if this one thing happened slightly differently and then we get kind of a branching timeline situation like what we're used to. This is like, what if we go to a completely different universe?
Right.
Because we kind of explore some of that in Loki, where it's like, what if you go to a universe where Loki's an alligator? And like Doctor Strange is
We're
paint.
still not sure if that was actually a Loki. The alligator doesn't actually do anything magical. It bites off someone's hand. That's it. That's just something alligators do.
But we saw Frog Thor.
We did see Frog Thor.
But
he was trapped.
Isn't it like regular? Doesn't regular Thor get turned into a frog, or is that Frog Thor? I can't remember.
I think he gets turned. I thought he got turned into a frog by Loki. That was
I thought that was.
Or the Enchantress.
I thought that was a legitimate Frog Thor, though. I think Frog Thor is a legit character.
He might be. It might be from a different universe, though.
Oh, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Now I'm curious.
It's like Spider Pig. Like Spider Pig is like an actual.
Oh no, Frog Thor is a thing. His name is Simon Walterson.
Yeah, see,
he's not a man that was cursed into becoming a frog, and I guess he gets the power of Thor.
Okay, so he's not Thor gets turned into a frog. It's man gets turned into a frog who then becomes Thor.
He's a human transformed to a frog, then granted the powers of Thor from a sliver of Mjolnir.
Perfect.
That's so fucking
perfect.
Nuts.
So my point is, there are other universes that are not just what if this one thing went differently.
And we still don't have Beta Ray Bill.
God, you know what though? That is there's a Thor 5 coming, isn't there?
Maybe.
Or it was rumored or whatever.
Yeah.
There's room for Beta Ray Bill.
I know we have a statue of him in Ragnarok, but that's it.
Yeah.
That's all we have.
So if you don't know, Beta Ray Bill is Horse Thor.
Yeah. He's like fucked up alien-looking horse Thor.
Yeah, he's like a horse-looking alien.
I think he uses
who becomes
Stormbreaker
Thor.
too.
Stormbreaker
is Stormbreaker his?
Yeah. Yeah. It was originally his, not Thor's. Yeah, but it just, again, what the fuck happened in this universe for there to be a Queen Hela, her brother Prince Thor, and then Prince Loki after that.
Yeah.
And then all the Avengers are just kind of like working together in Thor's court or in Hela's court. It's fun, but what happened here is all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Peggy learns from eavesdropping on Wanda Merlin that the incursion is occurring due to the presence of the Forerunner, another time-displaced individual. She locates Tony Stark, who can make a device to identify the Forerunner using the Time Stone in Thor's scepter. Tony points her towards outlaws, Steve Rogers, Bucky Barnes, and Scott Lang to help steal it.
I like that Steve Rogers is an outlaw.
Oh my god, I love that idea. The three, because they're like Robin Hood. You know, they're in the fucking Sherwood Forest, and they're hijacking fucking Happy Hogan's shit, right?
Yeah.
They're swashbuckling. They're hilarious. I thought that was fantastic. I love that bit. I like that Thor has Loki's scepter with the Time Stone in it.
Yeah. It's just like Time Stone instead of Mind Stone.
I guess that's what this thing says.
Yeah.
couldn't really tell if there was a.
I think it was green.
I guess it was green, wasn't it? Yeah.
And then I love how Peggy's like just talking about like using future terms, and Tony Stark's like, I love these made up words you're using.
Oh yeah. Because he's still Tony Stark. He's still like just as smart, but he's whatever.
It's like, oh, that's genius.
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah, this was all really good. I like that they live in like tree houses.
Yeah, like literally.
That's not a Robin Hood thing, is it?
I don't think so. Maybe like the Disney version of Robin Hood, but
I don't think they live in
no,
tree
they live
houses.
in like little cabins, right?
Yeah, they live in like a little
I don't know why they're in tree houses.
out in the forest or whatever, a little village. Who lives in tree houses? Peter Pan and them?
I don't think so. The Lost Boys?
Someone
maybe?
lives in
no,
tree
they
houses.
live in like teepees because it's racist.
Yeah, but they don't always live in they got the clubhouse. I don't know, dude. Anyone here knows who lives in tree houses that I'm thinking of? Please help me out. Peggy Carter finds the group, but they are ambushed by Happy Hogan. Sorry, Hogan the Happy.
Hogan the Happy.
Peggy gives herself up and is taken to a dungeon. After declining the Watcher's offer to go home, she frees herself and unleashes an iron-masked Bruce Banner. They meet with Stark and join Rogers' group in infiltrating Thor's court. With Wanda Merlin and Sir Nicholas Fury's help, the group retrieves the time stone for Stark's device, which identifies Steve Rogers as the Forerunner. Steve, as Captain America, has had I should take a break here, actually.
Yeah, that seems like a good breathing point.
Yeah. Bruce Banner being locked up in the dungeon with an iron mask.
I like
fantastic.
That. Yeah.
It's a great bit.
That was good.
The fact that she obviously knows who he is, say the right thing to...
I'm going to piss him off. And if I can't piss him off, I'm going to get him attacked so he has to be pissed off. Yeah.
I liked her determination to... and it kind of ties into the next episode, but her determination to help this timeline.
Despite the Watcher being like, I can take you home right now.
Yeah, you don't have to do this.
In fact, I prefer you don't.
Yeah. Universes die all the time. We can go. You have an out whenever you want. And she's like, no, let me just give me a day. I'll figure this out.
Just let me save them all.
I also loved Thor. Thor's the villain here. He's the Mad King or whatever.
Yeah, but he's got a good point though. He's like, yo, my sister just got sucked up through a weird storm.
Yeah,
you're supposed to be stopping this.
Yeah,
and you're
can
not.
we cut it out? They also brought her here.
Also, yeah, she didn't want to be there.
She shouldn't be in prison. She should at least be let go or something. You know?
Yeah. Or sent back.
Sent back if they have the power to. If Wanda has the power to do that.
I don't think Wanda would do that because Wanda knows that she can save them, though.
Yeah, I forgot. There's a bit of a coup here because Sir Nicholas Fury and Wanda Merlin are really kind of on Peggy's side. They think that
she is able to save them.
Yeah, and we kind of have to do what we can despite Thor's orders to do the right thing. The only person who's gun ho about Thor's orders is the Happy Hogan.
Yep.
Steve, as Captain America, had inadvertently created a temporal anomaly while battling Thanos, striking his time stone. He had forgotten this and assumed a new life in 1602. Peggy bids farewell to Steve yet again and returns him to his universe, preventing the incursion before she is met by Strange Supreme. So
yeah, and there's a whole battle going on here. We see Happy Hogan Hulk out.
Oh yeah, he freaks out because he's he's called the Freak, I guess.
Yeah,
when he's Hulk. So that's funny that in this or at least in multiple universes, that accident happens to Happy.
Whoa, is
and
that foreshadowing?
Yeah, maybe.
Is Happy Hogan gonna be the Freak in Captain America 4 or the Thunderbolts?
Oh,
is Happy Hogan gonna be the Red Hulk? I don't want that to happen.
Some purple weird Hulk, maybe, but
yeah.
That'd be interesting, actually. That is, like I said, it's a bit of a precedent there, though, because you are saying in multiple universes he did this.
This happens, yeah.
Not just this one circumstance. Like,
but it's interesting.
You know, did you catch this bit of foreshadowing? This is what kind of clued me off, too, is that when Steve is fighting, he has a shield the same exact shape and size as the one that Black Panther gives him.
In Wakanda.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was
like the one that's
it's
you
just
can like punch with and stuff.
Yeah, it's like on one shoulder and it's kind of like triangular.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it's like, yeah, this is a universe where everything is different, but he comes from a what if kind of branch timeline.
He came from
thing.
Infinity War.
Yeah, basically he's from a very similar universe to our universe where Infinity War happened.
But he accidentally punched the time stone.
Yeah, and got himself fucking sent the fuck out.
Yeah. And I'm assuming he didn't stop Thanos. So.
Yeah, but no, that made me raise an eyebrow, being like, "Oh, that's interesting. How would he get that in this universe? How do you get that? You know?"
And then this is one of the episodes that does like kind of go wild with the whole what if scenarios, and I really do appreciate that.
Oh yeah, for sure. I thought this might have been also one of the funnier episodes.
It kind of is.
This was hilarious.
There's some good banter here.
It's Scott Lang's only episode, and oh boy, does he make use of it.
I love Scott Lang.
He does his best here.
Because one thing, and I don't think I mentioned in our past episodes talking about this, but I felt like a lot of the what if episodes are like trying too hard to be quippy, where it's like kind of distracting.
Okay.
In this episode, it does feel like a bit more natural's not the right word, but like it actually made me laugh.
I think it is natural. I feel like this is
I don't know, like just better writing in this episode, I guess.
It really felt like the original Avengers are putting on like a play or a sitcom where they're like, hey, what if like we are just all it's like a Muppets movie where they're like, we're all actors, like our characters are actors playing this thing, you know, like we're actors, like we're characters, but we are putting on a production of A Christmas Carol.
Yeah, because
you know,
because this episode and the Die Hard episode in particular are the ones that feel this way.
Yeah,
and I love them.
Yeah. Right.
They also both have the freak. Funny enough.
Yeah. No, just it feels like those are the characters we know.
Yeah.
You know, and it feels authentic to them, I feel.
Mm-hmm.
So Strange Supreme shows up at the end. Oh, again, another canon event seems to be that like Peggy and Steve in almost every universe cannot be happy.
Unless Steve literally breaks the timeline to make it happen.
Yeah. But he did it right. He did it right that one time. But it makes it does make you wonder if like that's the only timeline that they're happy.
And it's because he kind of forced it to happen.
But also like for like 70 years or whatever, like they weren't, and like she died. So
yeah, he was at her funeral.
Yeah. So anyway, and then Strange Supreme shows up. I like that he turns her disgusting meat or whatever or ale from the 1600s into like a nice whiskey that aren't being made yet.
I'm actually surprised that she was drinking whiskey and not like just an ale though.
Yeah, but this is like, okay, but this thing is like, yeah, they had ales and they had whiskeys and they had beers and they had like mead and shit, but like if we
it wasn't good.
It's 1602. It probably all tastes like shit.
It's swill is what it is.
So anyway, and like with an ice cube and everything. Like they didn't have ice.
No.
But
yeah, Strange Supreme is very charming.
So Haley Atwell as Peggy Carter / Captain Carter, obviously. Samuel L. Jackson, Sir Nicholas Fury. Elizabeth Olsen as Wanda Merlin. Chris Hemsworth as King Thor, Odin's son. Tom Hiddleston as Loki. I think this is
we got like most of the Avengers back.
Yeah, but all these other people had other roles except for Elizabeth Olsen didn't get another role in this one, unlike the first season. And Tom Hiddleston, he has like 3 lines and that's it.
Yeah.
I wonder if they just had him like during Loki.
I love when they took his skull and he's like, no, my Yorick.
Yeah, like during Loki, they're like, hey, come over here. We got to do these other lines,
like,
you know? Yeah.
Like, hop in this booth real quick.
It's going to take you an hour.
And he's like, all right.
You read these 3 lines 10 times each or whatever. Mark Ruffalo as Bruce Banner / Hulk. Jon Favreau as Sir Harold the Happy Hogan / the Freak. Mick Winger as Tony Stark, so he's the voice actor. Josh Keaton as Steve Rogers / Rogers Hood. That's his name.
Okay.
That's fantastic. Paul Rudd as Scott Lang / Ant-Man. He's just Ant-Man. And he has Ant-Man powers, too, which is like, how?
How do you get the pin particles?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Sebastian Stan as Bucky Barnes. Benedict Cumberbatch as Doctor Strange Supreme. And Lake Bell as Natasha Romanoff / Black Widow. I don't remember her in this episode. Oh, when is she in this episode?
I think like for a second when you see Peggy getting pulled out of the last universe issue.
I think it was like a previous or something. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, because she's not in this universe.
She's not in this universe, but she was literally with Peggy when Peggy got pulled by Wanda.
Right. So, thoughts on this episode? I quite liked it.
I think this is my second favorite episode.
Yeah, it's up there for me. This one was a lot of fun. This is definitely, and a lot happens to where I'm like, oh, I need to actually go back and rewatch this one. It
all happens because these episodes are fairly short. Everything happens very quickly.
Yeah.
Considering you're cramming an entire storyline into like 30 minutes.
Right.
But it is good. It's very well done.
Yeah, I definitely have to go back and watch this one. All right, let's move on. What if Strange Supreme intervened? Still not a good title.
This is a terrible title, actually, because this has nothing to do.
Well,
intervened with what?
For a second in this episode, they kind of.
The title's kind of misleading, but that might be on purpose.
Exactly. That too. There's a twist, first of all. And also, like, the central premise is that Strange Supreme is doing what the Watcher won't, which is intervene in timelines and make them better.
Right, which...
So I get it.
If that's what we actually got, then this would be a good title. But
I just still don't think it's a great title.
Yeah.
Anyway. Prerequisites for this is basically all of What If. This is like a culminating What If episode.
Yeah.
It ties into the previous ones. Not all of them, but a lot of them. And it ties into last season as well.
And I've got a bonus prerequisite.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Cabin in the Woods.
Cabin... Oh, yeah, okay.
Yep,
okay.
Maybe a spoiler for that movie, but...
And it's definitely, yeah. I don't want to spoil that movie because it's really good. It's a great
movie's
twist.
really good. If you guys haven't seen Cabin in the Woods,
it's also not new. It's from like 2009 or something.
I think it might be from like. No, I think it was right after the Avengers came out.
Yeah,
so
it might be
like
2012.
2012.
Chris Hemsworth's in it.
But I think he made that movie before he did Thor.
Okay, so like, what year is it from then, dude?
Well, the year it was made isn't necessarily the year it was released.
It's a 2011 movie, so you might be right because Thor was either 2020 or 2011.
Okay, so this was even before Avengers came out. Okay.
Yeah, so it's around the same time.
Yeah. But if you haven't seen Cabin in the Woods, even if you're not a huge horror movie person, I do recommend it.
It's so good. It's a great horror movie.
I think it's just a good movie.
And it is a good movie.
It's kind of funny too.
And it's hilarious.
It's hilarious and horrifying if that's your thing.
I love that movie.
Yeah.
Okay, I see where you're going with it. So let's go. Strange Supreme takes Captain Carter into his Sanctum Infinitum.
This is the kind of ridiculous name that Doctor Strange would pick for one.
Of course he would. He's so fucking important, dude. Where he reveals that he's been capturing universe killers to atone for his sins and asks for her help in capturing an escaped variant who fled to a universe where Hydra used a Tesseract to destroy the world.
That's fucked.
It is, and it's very interesting, and I almost wish we had spent a little longer in that universe.
I think it would have been cool to see a what if Red Skull won?
What if Hydra won?
Yeah,
and like instead of like Shield is just Hydra, and they're running the world.
We already have like a show called The Man in the High Castle. I think is that concept. What if the Nazis won World War II?
Oh yeah, no, you're right.
Very good show, by the way, based on some books. I think it's an Amazon Prime show.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Another recommendation. So
okay.
I thought that was a pretty good show too.
Captain Carter agrees to help, approving of Strange's stance to actually do something instead of just watch. So in that universe we were just talking about, it's funny because she goes to South Dakota and she goes to Mount Rushmore, but instead of the 4 presidents, it's just Red Skull's face.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
So, Red Skull won.
Yeah. What if Red Skull won?
Hugo Weaving.
So... what was I gonna say?
Also, why'd they destroy the world though? What's the point of that? What does that do for you?
I'm not really sure they actually did destroy the world. I think they just won.
And it's
Right.
like, I guess for free people, the world is destroyed.
Yeah, but like they would still. I don't know. There's Nazis
Well,
and shit, right?
actually, knowing the
They-
true intent behind Hydra, I guess the world would be destroyed.
They destroyed the major cities, but like then they would take over the world, right?
Yes, but then they would eventually summon Hive, who would probably destroy everything.
Oh, okay. Well,
You gotta watch Agents. of
there
S.H.I.E.L.D.,
you
man.
have it. In this universe, Captain Carter agrees and encounters Kahori,
Kahori.
who reveals that Strange is actually the problem. He's been capturing variants to feed to the Forge, a contraption he built to resurrect his lost universe and his lost love, Christine Palmer.
I have a problem with this.
Ooh, okay.
Did he not
Learn anything? No.
learn his lesson? Not only at the end of his episode, but at the end of fucking the finale for season 1.
Can I? Okay, I'm going to answer your question with an answer. I'm going to answer your question with a question. Does Doctor Strange ever learn any lessons at all?
I guess that isn't character for him, huh?
Like all his movies are like he doesn't learn. He learns.
He thinks he learns,
yeah, he just.
but then he just makes the same mistake. Doctor
Yeah.
Strange is actually psychotic.
no, like, he has a problem. He's a big problem.
I love him. Don't get me wrong.
I really like him too. But he basically like looks into the camera and is like, "I'm not gonna do this because that's what you're not supposed to do." But actually, I'm gonna
Actually,
do
you know
it.
what? Peter Parker, let's use some magic to get you into college.
Like, he's like, actually, you know what I should do is fuck with time.
Over and over and over and
just
over again.
what if I fuck with like the dark hold?
But then he'll tell everybody else, no, it's dangerous. Don't do it.
yeah,
But I can do it because I'm
Oh,
Stephen
yeah.
Strange and I fucking know everything.
yeah. What does Wanda say to him? She's like, oh, when I do it, everyone loses their goddamn
Oh, yeah,
minds.
she's like, when I do it, I'm the villain. When you do it, you're the hero. She's like, that
Yeah.
doesn't seem fair.
Yeah, it's a good point. It's an excellent point.
Yeah, except she
actually.
was literally murdering people. So,
What's
I mean,
this Strange doing?
This Strange is murdering. This Strange is a villain, though.
Oh well, you know.
We find out later he might be possessed, actually. So
Oh, that's
let's-
true.
let's yeah, all those demons he absorbed in his first episode might be coming back to haunt him.
Yeah. Yeah, that'll do it, won't it? As Strange attempts to kill Kahori, Captain Carter switches allegiances to fight Strange. She frees his captives, causing mass hysteria, which allows her and Kahori to escape.
Sound familiar?
Yeah, that's the thing we were talking about earlier. If you know, you know.
Yeah.
I love that because he clearly is the stronger one. He has this again. They're
Yeah.
in his realm,
But he also doesn't want to hurt Peggy because I think he does like have a soft spot for her.
sure. I mean,
He's like, we
well, 'cause
literally fought together, and
that's the thing too. Like he's running a big risk by bringing her on
yeah.
because she could figure it out, and
Also,
Her morals-
He's got to know that her morals are pretty straight.
right will not align with his.
Right.
So I like if I
It was a calculated
the-
risk. It didn't work out.
the whole episode. I'm like, dude, it's your own hubris. Like you think
You fucked up.
you fucked up. Don't get a
But
don't
he
get,
thought she would understand.
no, don't get a Captain America involved. You know what I mean?
Maybe Gamora would have helped him.
Yeah, right.
Maybe.
So maybe some other piece of shit would help you, but
Yeah.
not a captain.
Killmonger would have helped him.
Oh no, for sure.
Killmonger would be like, all right, dude, let's do it.
Nah, he would have taken all the power for himself like he did last time.
Oh, fuck.
Amidst the chaos of all sorts of Marvel heroes and villains fighting each other, Peggy and Corey encounter Black Panther Killmonger from season 1, still in his Ultron suit with all 6 Infinity Stones. Corey,
He doesn't say a single line, by the way.
oh, he doesn't. I don't remember. Corey. How do you fucking say her name again?
Kahori?
Yeah. But the way they say it is
Kahori.
Kohori. I don't know. Kohori separates him easily from his armor, allowing Peggy to use it.
She like teleports him out of his armor.
I really like, yeah. It's just, again,
It's almost not fair.
it's not his story, but anyway, I like that this seems like when we've mentioned it before on Where's Mephisto. We talk about like Star Wars because it seems with Star Wars it feels like Filoni is like getting out all his old toys and putting them in different combinations and like literally playing them and writing the story from there.
Right.
And this is like that same like concept where it's like
maybe like tenfold though.
Yeah, where you know how like you'd get this one toy and you're like, yeah, but what if today you have Thor's hammer and you have like this other accessory from this other toy? Like, oh, then she would be all powerful.
It does get pretty wild.
Yeah.
This one might have gone a little too wild where I'm like, this just looks ridiculous right now.
Yeah, no,
but also I kind of liked it.
Well, I don't think it's like maybe like the best episode or the best idea for a story, but I do think it's fun to play with your Marvel toys. This just felt like
this episode was just kind of like a fun. It was a fun what if.
Oh yeah,
like
it felt like me when I was like 8 years old in my room. I threw all my toys on the floor and I would just play with them.
Yeah,
and I would create narratives.
Didn't matter
in my
what
mind.
They were from.
Oh my god, dude! I had like
G.I. Joes versus Star Wars guys.
Yeah. I had a fucking Star Wars like sequel narratives going strong in my head. You know what I mean? You just came up with all sorts of stories, and this just feels like, okay, all of the Marvel heroes are in danger from all different universes because this one character picks up Doctor Strange. He's going crazy, so all of the heroes just throw their tools to this one character, and she's got to save the day. It's just a kid playing with toys.
Yeah. It does feel like that. And it's like, on one hand, I'm like, it's too much. But on the other hand, I'm like, but it is a lot of fun. So it is
a lot of fun. While the pair battle Strange Supreme at the Forge, the doomed variants lend their weapons to Captain Carter, while Kahori opens portals to send them home.
Did you recognize every weapon that was thrown?
I
feel like there was one where I was like, what is that?
Yes, actually. There's an entire character I didn't recognize, and it was bothering me the fuck off.
Did you figure out who it was?
Yeah, it's like a Hulk.
Oh.
It's like a big green guy, but he's wearing so much shit on him that I didn't recognize him as Hulk.
Is it Gladiator Hulk?
Something like that. But someone told me that's Hulk, and I'm like, oh, I guess so. But there's a weapon that makes like a weird green glowy effect. What was that?
That's what I was trying to figure out. I'm like, I don't know what that is. And I feel like I've seen
it got a
the
lot
whole
of
MCU.
Yeah, it got a lot of
it's not
screen time, and that made me wonder the same thing. I'm like, should I recognize this? But this whole episode is just like
I gotta rewatch the episode though.
This episode's an Easter egg fuckfest. Like there's just so much to look at that you could definitely go back frame by frame and find a ton of shit.
Oh yeah. I do kind of want to like rewatch it and see what the hell everything was, or maybe like watch a breakdown or something. Because I'm seeing like all the weapons used, and I'm like, what the hell's the Twilight Sword? Apparently that's Surtur's sword.
Oh, is that the thing that made that? Oh, fuck, I don't know.
It looks like fire.
Isn't that sword like 500 feet long or some shit?
Yeah.
Because even Surtur's like dragging it. Like it's too big for him.
Yeah. And like you have Hela's necro swords.
Yeah, we saw all that shit though. Again, it was a lot of fun seeing Peggy wearing an Ultron suit that can hold all the Infinity Stones. She's using the Infinity Stones
and
just
she's
like
wearing
Thanos
Hela's
would.
crown.
And on top of that gets Hela's crown. And does she have Mjolnir at some point?
I think she has Mjolnir too.
Oh my god. Kahori got the 10 rings though.
That was cool.
Okay, well.
You do that thing where you felt like you were going to fall?
Not really, because I have the door behind me, but like I guess the pin came out.
Oh. But yeah, no, like a lot of ridiculousness here, but it is, again, like I said, it's a lot of fun though.
Yeah, it's
not a good story per se.
They could, if they made this into a movie, it'd be awful. But
right.
This is, again, it's just a what if one-off episode. Strange is taken over by his demonic self, though Peggy later separates them. As the forge collapses, Strange sacrifices himself and his counterpart to it.
So I guess the good Strange was still in there. He was just kind of like trapped.
I think he. Well, the thing
was he possessed?
Okay,
by his obsession.
I don't think it's a possession so much as I think he's influenced by the evil that is inside of him.
Because he absorbed so much evil.
Right.
He really
because the ulterior motives here are still Strange's. They're not anyone else's. He wants his universe back, and he'll do anything for it. I feel like the evil that he consumed is just pushing him in that direction to like,
They're
hey,
like, just sacrifice all these people and it'll
just
work.
do the thing you want. Be selfish.
Yeah.
You know, I think that's what's going on because the
But
demon doesn't want that
the demon
universe
doesn't give
back.
a shit.
You know, why would he care about fucking what's her face, Christine
Palmer.
Yeah. The Watcher returns Kaori to her universe and shows Peggy Strange's restored universe, revealing he succeeded in resurrecting Christine Palmer, though he can never be reborn into it. Peggy asks the Watcher to show her more multiverses before taking her home.
This is a little bittersweet.
Yeah, well, it's the same outcome as his episode where he's like, this is a canon event. There is no universe where he can be with Christine.
Right. One of them's going to be dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if he can, even now, or if he can use all the magic in the world to resurrect that universe, he has to die.
Right. Which I guess they didn't have to die because like in the mainline universe, they're both alive and well. She just married somebody else.
All right. Well, they're not together though. So
They aren't. They are not together though. Yeah.
So that's the best case. That's literally the best case scenario.
Yep. And he was at her wedding.
Ooh. So anyway, I also would like maybe if Peggy hangs out with the Watcher for season 3.
And then she's also like one of the narrators or
Yeah,
something.
that'd be kind of cool.
Or season 3 is just him telling Peggy stories or showing her.
Maybe.
I'd be fine with that. I don't think we need her in too many more like actual episodes.
That's what I was gonna say. She got the most to do in these.
She's had so much screen time. Don't get me wrong. I love Haley Atwell. I love Peggy Carter.
Same. But I'm okay with her taking a step back.
Right.
And narrating with the Watcher, creating a narrative together or whatever.
And she already has 2 seasons of her own show.
Right. A framing device, if you will. But anyway, Haley Atwell as Peggy Carter / Captain Carter. Benedict Cumberbatch as Doctor Strange Supreme / Demon Strange. Devery Jacobs as Kahori. Kate Blanchett as Hela. Feodor Shin as Zhu Wenwu, Clancy Brown as Surtur. I'm not even sure they need to get Clancy Brown in the studio for this. They just use archival footage.
Surtur
right?
has like what 4 lines total.
Your doom,
Ragnarok.
Josh Keaton as Steve Rogers and Stanley Tucci as Abraham Erskine.
Erskine was in this episode.
I think in a flash. Yeah, remember? Remember? She does a flashback.
She gets because Strange sends her to.
Strange is like fabricating this in front of her, like Loki style.
That's right. They got Stanley Tucci for that, or did they reuse?
It could have been archival. I don't know actually.
I think it's the same lines.
Yeah, I think. Well, he probably did it for the first episode.
Yeah,
I think this is from the first episode, not the movie.
Okay. Yeah.
Of last season. To be clear.
I was like, there's no way they got Stanley Tucci to just come back and say one thing and that's it. I mean, maybe if Disney pays enough, but
he's making TikToks now, so
true.
Do you all right, this episode, what do you think? Let's wrap this up.
I think it's fine. I think as a finale, a little disappointing.
I think it's fine too. It's just a kid playing with his toys.
Yeah.
I wouldn't read any more into it than
Strange Supreme ended up being evil after all and died, but
who cares?
It's fine, I guess. I don't have a problem with this episode. It's just not my favorite.
Same. I feel like this episode only exists because you decided that these have to come together in some way.
Right.
If you didn't do that, then you just wouldn't need this episode.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that's
and the
its
thing
one
is,
purpose.
I do kind of appreciate that there is some sort of overarching.
I go back and forth.
Narrative.
Yeah. Sometimes I'm like, I don't fuck it.
But yeah, I'm like I don't have any big issues with it though.
Yeah. It's all whatever. But I think it's fine. I'm not gonna go back. I would only go back to watch this episode for the Easter eggs.
That's what I would watch.
There's 100.
But for that, I could probably find a YouTube video that goes over it in excruciating detail.
There's 100 different characters at one point fighting each other. There's 100 different weapons that are thrown at Peggy. Like,
yeah,
that's it. I would want to go back and just look at all that. But all right, that's it for these episodes. That's it for the show. Berto, was Mephisto in either of these 3 episodes?
No, but you think he would have shown up in the finale, like in the background?
That's the thing, though. What if he's been an Easter egg and we didn't catch him?
Fuck.
We gotta go back.
Guess we gotta rewatch it.
All right, guys, we're gonna rewatch this episode and look so close for Mephisto, and we'll let you know in the next episode of Where's Mephisto, where we will be watching Berto.
Echo.
The
whole thing.
The whole thing. We're just gonna do it as one.
It's a 3.5 hour movie, basically.
Yeah, basically. Yeah. So we'll do that, and then what comes after Echo? What things come out? Should we do Avatar?
We can do book 1 of Avatar, I think.
No. I mean the Netflix show.
Oh, Netflix show. Oh. Yeah.
Where are we gonna do that? Are we gonna do that on the regular stream, or are we gonna do that on here? It's like a here thing, isn't it?
That's a here thing, whereas the
It's a
Last
Where's
Airbender
Mephisto
movie would be more of a Films from the Phantom Zone thing.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So February will
It's gonna be a busy
be
month.
an Avatar month for sure.
Yes. I'm gonna actually start reading the comics, I think.
I need to do that. I've read half of one.
Half
comic.
of one.
Yeah.
I
have 2 of the
Max
books.
has a bunch of them.
Because there's like 5 or 6 big books.
There's
like
like
big collections. Like
there might be like more now.
the hardback ones.
But yeah, there's like entire like volumes.
Yeah.
There's a few novels too. I don't know if you want to read the Avatar Kyoshi novels.
The Kyoshi.
And I think there's some Yang Chen ones too.
Did you know?
What?
This is a bit of a spoiler. I'm trying to think if this is a spoiler or not. Did you see the leaked pic? It's not leaked. She shared them. Yang Chen was cast. She's in the show. And she like shared a bunch of pictures.
She does show up in like flashbacks.
Yeah. So I shared this on the Discord where I thought she was gonna have like a role, and I'm like, oh, that's new, because she's not even an Avatar I knew the name of, because she's like 4 avatars back or whatever.
I think the only time we hear her name is in like the book 3 finale when Aang is talking to all the avatars to try and figure out if he should kill the Fire Lord or not.
Right. But even then, it's like, again, Aang mostly, he's got the strongest relationship with the closest avatars.
Roku.
So it's almost entirely Roku and a little bit of Kyoshi. But like even the waterbender, whose name
Kyoshi kind of fucked him over though.
Kyoshi's kind of hardcore.
Kyoshi's cool.
Kyoshi is cool. But so like Yang Chen, like I had no idea who that was.
She was an air nomad.
Yeah, but I get. So again, I thought maybe she's gonna have like a whole speaking role, but it's probably the same exact thing where she's just like an extra essentially.
Maybe.
Yeah, like she's in the part where he meets. Where, they go into
like episode 3.
It's the one I just watched actually, because I'm rewatching the whole damn thing.
Oh, the Winter Solstice one.
Yeah, the Winter Solstice.
Oh, okay.
And like he sees
Roku gives him a little tour.
Yeah. He's probably gonna see all the other avatars like in a row.
Yeah.
Or like he would, and she's just standing there.
What was the water bending avatar's name?
I forget his name.
He was cool.
He's got like he wears like a wolf skin on his head or something. Yeah. But anyway, guys. So it's gonna be a fun Avatar month. We love Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Hell yeah!
It's literally one of our favorite things.
I think it's one of the best shows ever made.
Just
period, animated or otherwise.
It's up there for me. Yeah. So I'm definitely there with you. So we're gonna have a lot of fun this month talking about Avatar, both here on Where's Mephisto, and on the regular podcast. So join us for all of that, and that's coming soon, I guess.
And,
okay. Well.
Eventually we'll get to Aquaman.
Oh yeah, on the regular one. Yeah, I'm probably gonna go try maybe this weekend. Kaya can be left alone pretty soon.
Oh, nice.
Her stitches are out. She's feeling a lot normal. She's feeling super normal. We're just not sure if they're still itchy. He said it could be itchy for a little bit.
Oh, okay.
So we don't want her licking it. But yeah, all right, guys. So we'll see you next time. Thank you for wait, I got a whole thing to say.
Oh yeah, you have your whole outro.
Thank you for not for this one though.
Oh.
It's pretty short. Thank you for listening. Thank you for supporting us on Patreon. You know where to find us. You guys are going to be in the Discord server, in the Patreon chat. We don't use that chat actually.
We don't. I think we have like a couple messages in it, but that's it.
Yeah.
We don't have enough patrons to chat with in there. We have like 2.
Well, we have like 3 or 4. No, we have a bunch actually.
Oh, we only have 2 that chat.
It's just not active. That's all. It's
well, also, what are we going to talk about?
Yeah.
Anyway. I guess it's an option.
And we'll see you guys next week. Goodbye.
Bye. I guess if we were to talk about Where's Mephisto, would be in there. But then again, we'd be like, hey, Where's Mephisto? You guys are missing out.
Exactly. Yeah. It's like, I don't want to be too exclusive because then the people from the outside don't see it.
Right.
Anyway, guys, if you're here on Twitch or X or Twitter or YouTube, we have a Patreon. It's linked wherever we have
somewhere.
links.
It's linked somewhere.
I gotta get that bot working again so you can send links into the
Damn it.
fucking thing. It's cheap. You can do a free trial.
Yeah,
for a
you
week.
get access to so much content, so much extra content.
I was looking at it. I was like, there's a lot of shit on here. I
Yeah.
work really hard on this Patreon. There's so many episodes. There's like 50 episodes of Where's Mephisto.
We almost have more than we do of Films from the Phantom Zone.
There's so much news. There's so much. There's like already like 20 newses
There's
or
a
something.
plethora of content if you guys just like hearing
There's
their voices.
4 outtakes. There's like 50 Where's Mephisto or something. There's a lot of shit. So anyway, guys, that would be, again, it costs money, obviously, but if you want to support us, we'd very much appreciate it because, I don't know, we're poor. Things cost money.
That's true.
And we spend a lot of time doing this. So just always have us in the back of your mind. Take us into consideration.
Yeah.
I got to save this episode. And that pretty much wraps us up for today. It's only 11:20, but we have stuff to do.
Yeah, I'm tired too.
Yeah.
I actually open tomorrow too.
Oh, yeah.
Like 6.
Oh, wow. That's pretty early.
Yeah.
You don't usually open, do you?
No, I never open.
That's interesting.
We'll see how it goes. We'll see how dead I am tomorrow.
Hey.
I'll wake up. It's just when I'm at work, how functional am I going to be?
Yeah.
We'll see.
It's raining outside. It's super nice.
I know.
Anyway, I'm probably going to watch like 2 episodes of Avatar.
I might play like 30 minutes of SWTOR and go to bed.
Of what?
Star Wars: The Old Republic.
Oh.
I'm back into it.
You're back. You've been in and out of it for like 10 years, dude.
I know, but I'm like in it, and I got some of my friends to start playing, which is exciting. So I'm not playing by myself.
Are there like still like missions and side quests that you haven't done?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I haven't 100%ed it.
Is that
That would-
possible? Because it's an ongoing thing, like right?
They
still,
keep adding more content to it.
yeah. It's like WoW, right? Like they just keep on in campaigns and different things.
Yeah.
and shit.
There's still story content coming out.
Interesting.
It's the only Star Wars content from the old EU that's still being actively put out.
It's still part of the old EU.
Technically, yeah.
Oh wow.
It came out
Yeah,
in.
I
It
guess
came out
that's
in.
not
That
canon
game
or-
came out in 2011.
Wow.
Yeah.
The Avengers hadn't come out yet. That's crazy.
That's crazy. I remember getting that game when it came out too. I was in the beta. I got early access to the game.
Wow.
I stopped playing Skyrim because I started playing that game.
Skyrim?
Skyrim came out in 2011 also.
No, it didn't.
Skyrim came out a month before
Elder Scrolls 3 Skyrim?
Elder Scrolls 5 Skyrim.
Oh shit.
Elder Scrolls 3 was Morrowind.
I don't fucking know anything about Elder Scrolls. I guess you're right. I was in college. I do remember this.
Well, when Skyrim came out?
Yeah, because my friends were all playing it.
Yeah, it was a huge deal when that came out.
I just feel like it was like yesterday.
It was
Jesus.
12 years ago. Almost 13.
Anyway, we're having useless conversations on stream. You guys, thank you for being a part of this. Thank you, Sabdrub.
Yes,
for keeping
thank you.
Keeping us company. Again, if you guys are watching on YouTube or X,
We can't see your chat for some reason.
I think we could if you were chatting, but you're not. So that's okay. So thanks for being a part of this, you guys. We'll see you guys Monday? Are you free on Monday?
Monday. I think I'm off Monday. Yeah, I should be. Good.
Okay, so back on Monday like usual. We'll do probably Echo or Aquaman, depending on if I see them. Or we can maybe probably do both.
Maybe both.
Yeah, reviews usually last not very long. We can probably
Reviews
do
are
both.
usually like an hour.
Yeah, we can do both. We'll do both.
Yeah.
If I go see them.